Am I live? It says I'm live. Let me see. But I don't see no picture on here though. Oh, for fuck's sakes. All right, hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry. All right, so check this out. You notice I'm in my ribbon shirt because I want to present something positive, right? Look, I know there's probably a lot of you here looking for some information on KP, right? And I'm not about that, right? Like I listen, this is first and foremost, man, the most important thing to understand is that I swear to God, I hope can I even be heard? For fuck's sakes. Hold on. Last time I did this, I had a whole video, right? Like 30 minutes of a video. It couldn't even hear me. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. Oh shit. Okay, sorry. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. You know, native TikTok, man. I remember when I first got on native TikTok, man, I thought it was pretty cool, right? There was I was in an area that I wasn't familiar with. I was out here in California and there wasn't nothing but a bunch of white people around me at that time. So getting on what up, bro? Getting on, native TikTok, I found there was a lot of value in it for me. You know what I mean? I found it, I love my people. I love being around my people. I love talking to my people. I love to interact with my people and stuff like that. And that's what TikTok presented to me. And then, I make a video here and there, and then you got a colonizer might pop up, might have some crazy stuff to say or whatever, right? But I always address them with a certain level of respect. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm sitting here in my ribbon shirt because I'm coming from a place of respect. Listen, KP and me are right. Whatever they got going on in their life, they have going on in their life. I understand that this is probably being screen recorded on a multitude of devices right now, right? So I just want you guys to know and understand something. KP, listen, your threats, man, they're just they don't mean anything to me. I don't care if you could whoop my ass. I wouldn't care. I don't scare like that. You know what I mean? Listen, I've had guns pulled on me. I've been shot. I got my face cut up. Would be on this side. I have my neck cut up on this side. Like people have legitimately tried to take my life. You know what I mean? So your your intimidation tactics, they don't work with me. Right. So I'm not trying to come from a place of peace because I'm afraid of you. One thing I've come to understand over my years, right, is that people that try to work from a place of intimidation, or they think that fear is the equivalent to respect or whatever, right? I lived that life. I legitimately lived that life for 19 straight years, right, where fear was respect. You know what I mean? Like it isn't like that out here. Like that's one thing that I've learned is like it isn't like that out here. Like KP, you can't come at me like that. You know what I mean? It's not the issues that I have with native TikTok, right? So as time goes by, I'm expecting to see some people on TikTok that I'm familiar with, somebody that I've met because I'm all over the place, right? And I didn't only a couple of times did I run into somebody that I knew in real life, right? And one of them was a white dude, you know. Um, but as time went by, one thing that I began to notice was the level of toxicity that would continue to go up, right? See, I was talking to a sister earlier today about what it means to walk, the red road, right? So for me, walking a red road is like it's literally that, right? We're walking, that's our road, and it's a road that's full of obstacles, right? But we have to try to do everything that we can to stay on that path, right? But at the same time that we stay on that path, we stay true to who we are. You know what I mean? KP is a white man, Mr. Kilpatrick, right? Jay Kilpatrick, whatever. Listen, um, that's not your path. You know what I mean? If you're not native, listen, you're not even native, my dude. You know what I mean? Like these false statements that you're making and things like that. Like once again, you're not there, right? So I don't have a problem with people speaking out against MMIW or bringing awareness to MMIW. I don't have a problem with non-native individuals occupying our space as long as they understand what that means, right? And to occupy our space, you need to do it in a respectful fashion. You know what I mean? Like you guys try to pop at me because I wasn't forthcoming, and I mean, I got the text right here. I can show you how forthcoming about my case I was, right? But you guys try to pop at me like I'm some bad person or something like that, right? And you guys are legitimately, you know, misrepresenting everything about you. You know what I mean? Like, what are you coming to the table with? You're coming to the table with this and with this fucking, what do they call that? A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what you're doing. I'm super thirsty. Dude, I totally smoked a joint right before I got on here. Legit. I haven't done something like this. Like me keeping my cool is difficult sometimes, right? And for me, it's very important that I maintain my look at that mutt behind me. Stinking old thing. That's Zagadewin. There isn't like, but the thing is though, and this is kind of what I'm here to talk about, right? Is we get these people, we'll get these people in, and it's just it happens in Indian communities for some reason, right? It happens in our own communities, right? It happens in our council chambers. It happens at the accounting office, right? You'll get these people to come in and they'll start sowing division in this little community that's already been made. Like we go to work, right? That's our little community. I'm learning about micro societies and macro societies, right? So inside this macro society, the United States of America, we have all have these little micro societies, right? When we go to work, for instance, right? Sagadewin, what's up, dude? How can I help you, bro? Man, I forgot what I was saying now. Fuck. But anyway, you know, um, I don't like it when people when they talk about our issues, right? And they don't have any experience behind it. Like that bothers me. Who are you to try to talk about the things that we go through, that I suffer through, that my family suffers through? Like that's the most important thing. My son's on a reservation right now. You know what I mean? We're hoping him to bring him home one day, so one day soon. But the fact of the matter is like this constant oppression, it continues around us, and the people that I love are affected by it, right? And they get triggered. You know what I'm saying? And you guys come on here and you devalue it with your rhetoric, right? Like what I was saying, you guys were talking about me coming like I'm not being honest. I would because I wasn't up front or whatever, right? And you guys are doing the same thing, right? And you guys are occupying such a negative space by doing it like that. You know what I mean? Like you infiltrate. AIM had you got that's man. Talk about irony, right? So I know a little bit about AIM. I've read a lot of books on them. I looked up to those men. I still look up to them, right? And infiltration, man, I don't know why you guys like to infiltrate our spaces so much, but you do. Like you think that you're going to go unpunished for the things that you guys do. Listen, you already know I got a lawsuit for you guys. Like you already know that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not hesitant about it. I have no qualms about letting you know that you have a lawsuit headed in your direction. Now that I finally found you, I can serve you. That was the purpose for me looking for you anyway, talking about I was doxing you. I didn't put your information out there except for the fact that you was white and your name isn't, I put your real name out there, you know. But anyway, man, when you talk about MMIW and you don't like, how have you felt that? What's good, homie? Um, like how has that touched your life? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like there's people that listen, that follow and listen to the things that you guys say, right? And I've said this before. Um, if you to claim to be this holder of knowledge, right? Then you have a duty to it. You have a duty to that knowledge. You have a duty to protect it, but you also have a duty to be respectful of it. You know what I mean? Like going around TikTok shitting on everybody is not being respectful of, the knowledge that you have. You know what I mean? Whatever you're trying to present. Going around shaming people for, because they don't, well, I mean, they look better than you, Mia, just to be completely honest with you, right? But I'm just, you know what I'm saying? theoretically, in most instances, when people are body shamed, it's because the other person is more attractive. Unfortunately, that's not the case in this particular scenario, right? Baby, I love you. I'm talking about Apache Chicana, but you already know, you know what it is, girl. I love you. I don't want to get in trouble when she gets home. But you know what I mean? Like, that's not how is that indigenous? Like, how are you going to stand on a platform, right, and scream from the fucking rooftops about indigenous issues that affect Indian country, and you push those same people into the ground? You know what I mean? I was just reading this. I was just in this Zoom meeting, man. They was talking about race lighting, right? And these microaggressions. And these microaggressions, they constantly build up. You know what I mean? Until somebody fucking breaks one day. You know what I mean? And that's what you guys are doing. I've seen you guys target people with mental illnesses, making fun of people because that they were sexual assault of victims and shit like that. Dude, I've like my personal you literally lie about my case. You know what I mean? So that it will fit your agenda and everybody else's. But I'm okay with that because I know what it is. You know what I mean? You guys need to stay out of our spaces. Mia, you legitimately, I don't care what you say, how you spin this or turn this, right? You legitimately don't have a right to be on native TikTok talking from, anybody's perspective other than an ally. You're not native. You're, come on, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And once again, same thing with you, KP. You do not deserve to be on TikTok trying to occupy these spaces as a native man, right? Because you're not a native man. You haven't been through the struggles that I've been through. You haven't been through the struggles that my family's been through, that my grandfather and my uncles have been through, that my cousins have been through, that my ancestors have been through. You get on here and you talk about this ancestors this and ancestors that, Mr. Kilpatrick. What up? No, sorry. I'm on a live right now. I'm gonna get. Are you okay? You need me? Are you sure? Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Hold up. I'll be right back. I will check. Hold on one second. We're looking for a charging thing. Yeah, it's gone. That's the box right there. Do me a favor, will you? Since that bitch ass dog ran down there, will you let him out, please? Will you let the dog outside? He's downstairs. Please. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh shit. Mom, did you steal the charger? Soph needs the charger. So what was I talking about? But anyway, so what I'm saying, right, is like, and I kind of wanted to bleed that off into something else, right? What it means to be native. You know what I mean? Like we struggle, we do. Like, man, I'm telling you, living on a res isn't easy. You know what I mean? Man, I remember back in the '90s living on the res, dude. It was wretched. Like we were. If we weren't the first federally recognized, we were one of the first federally recognized tribes in the United States, right? So you know what that means. Like we were already targeted of dribble, right, by the white people in the surrounding communities. There's a lot of old money around there. But anyway, I digress. Um, Being an Indian isn't just a struggle. It isn't. There's nothing to be proud. There's nothing to be proud of in the atrocities that we went through the genocide, this targeting of our men for mass incarceration, right? There's no pride to be found in our murdered and missing indigenous women. You people should not be on social media. I feel that you people, I feel like it's disrespectful to be on social media doing things like that. You know what I mean? Because I think it takes the value out of the pain in these families and stuff like that, man. Think about that, man. People cry at night. They sit at home and they're still crying because of things like this. And here we are on social media just trying to turn it into a trend or another sound. You know, where's the human element of that? That's what it means to be an Indian. It means to care for your people. I love my people. Man, I might fuck some of y'all up for real, man, but I love you all. Like I love my people. Listen, you can ask Maya. You know, I don't there's a lot of people that have a lot of bad things to say about me, right? And there's like there because of all the falsehood that's been spread about me. But I don't blame those people that hate me and that talk shit about me. I blame people like the colonizers that came in, the white people, man, that came into Indian country and disrupted it. Mr. Kilpatrick, you know, Miss Ruelas or whatever the fuck her name is. That fucking shit stained Steve douchebag from Washington or some shit, right? Oregon or wherever the fuck he's from. All white people, all non-natives, right? We allowed them to come in and spread hatred past me, before me, after me, during me, you know? And that's not what our people are about. You gotta think about our ancestors, man. We're talking about a time, man, when we needed each other. You know, when we didn't have the conveniences of modern technology and stuff like that, we relied on each other on a tribal level, right? Everybody had a place, everybody had a space. That's what our ancestors believe. Everybody here is on purpose. Creator put us here specifically. My name is Ojawashko Nimki Anini. That's because I was known before. That was my name before. That's what the spirits and the ancestors know me by, right? So we were present even before this. Man, I don't know. I'm just getting all hyped up now. I want people to start moving with love. Like you guys can't, it's hard. It's so hard to sit back and listen to people talk bad about you and say foul things about you and be hateful and hurtful, right? But first of all, we'll take this scenario and we'll put it in context, right? So first of all, we have non-native individuals telling us what it means to be native, right? That's not right. Find no value in that. When people talk bad about you, don't find no value in it. There's a lesson to be learned in it, right? And that's to grow. That's to grow stronger. That's for that strength. And you need to be strong and to be an Indian. You know what I mean? When they target you to take your fucking babies from you, you need to be strong. You know, when you go through the generational trauma, like the generational trauma, like isn't just that's not just a coined term. That's a real thing. You see it in the communities. You see it in the cycles that are created on the reservation. You know what I mean? In Indian country. That's what generational trauma is. Generational trauma is alcoholism, is the substance abuse, it's the child abuse, it's the child neglect and abandonment. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I man, where's my water at? Yo, leading with love is much harder than trying to thug it out. I used to be a thug. I used to thug it out. You know what I mean? They tried to put my prison file out here, but I see that got squashed real quick, right? Because there's no hole in that prison file. So I know how easy it is. You know, when I first went to the joint, one of the first things that they told me is don't stab nobody because as soon as you do it the first time, it's going to become easier the second time. And that's the truth. Looking at the people that talk bad about you, right? Like you guys ain't no hoes, man. If you're from Indian country, man, you've been in more than one fight. I guarantee that you can't be an Indian and not have been in some fights, right? So you know what it means to be tough. You know what I mean? You know that being tough is helping out the elders. You know that being tough is making sure that your mom's taken care of. You know what I mean? Being tough is making sure that you're spreading that right message for those babies in that community. You know what I mean? For these younger generations, because after all, as Native Americans, we think 7 generations into the future. That's where our fucking decision making processes are, right? Like that's what it means to be Indian. These are all the things that I miss from my reservation. Like I really miss the res, man. Like there's so much pain, there's so much hurt, there's so much toxicity on the res, right? But in the same token, man, there's so much love. There's so much compassion. There's so much empathy because they know how to love each other through it because it's the only way that they could have survived all these years of fucking the Carlisle schools, right? The fucking forced sterilization. You know what I mean? The fucking taking our babies from us. You know, killing our men, taking our men out back into the woods and beating them. You know what I mean? Like, it's the love that got us through it all. You know what I mean? But once again, like I said, man, don't get it twisted. I got some legal work for you guys, dead ass. Like I'm serving you up. And the reason, and this is the other thing, I'm not serving you up for vindication of my own, right? Because ultimately I could walk away from this feeling no lesser of a man than I've ever been, right? The reason that I'm going to sue you guys is because I've seen the trauma that you've created in TikTok. I've seen the people that you've talked down to. There's people that have mental disorders that you decide to victimize. You know what I mean? There's people that have issues with self-esteem and you decide to prey on that like an animal. You know what I mean? That is not Indian, dude. That is not traditional. That's not how our ancestors work. You know what I'm saying? So I want people. I'm about to jump off this motherfucker here in a minute, man, because I'm starting to get a little upset. Right? I love my people, man. I love you guys. I love all my natives. I really do, and I want the best for you, man. I'll take bullets for people. You don't even know. Like, you don't even understand who I am. You don't understand the things that I've done for people, right? Like, I have legitimately put myself in physical harm's way, put my life on the line for my people because how much that's how much I love my people. And I don't say that because I want your accolades. I want you to understand how much I love my people. And I want to inspire you to love your people as well. You know what I'm saying? Listen, popping off is hard not to do it. It's like when people talk shit about us, but when we learn, when we strive, when we push ourselves to be better than what we were yesterday, right? Then we know we're India because we overcame something from our past, that's something similar that our ancestors had overcome. You know what I mean? It's not, I'm not trying to put ourselves on a level with our ancestors or anything like that, our struggles or anything like that, but this is a whole new generation, man. We don't have we were not afforded the opportunity to love like our ancestors loved. They were here they had that love, they had that understanding, they had that connection with the spirits prior to colonization, right? Then the white folks come over here with their doctrine of discovery laws and all their bullshit, right? So that they could get to land their Christianity that they jammed down our fucking throats, right? My mom was in a residential school and my mom is a Christian. Let me tell you, man, generational trauma. I spent years being abused. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm about to jump off here though, but listen, like I said, man, Jay, Mr. Kilpatrick, man, fall back, dude. Just like tighten the fuck up, bro. Cause you ain't scared nobody around here, and that's dead ass. Like you already know this. You already know you ain't gonna scare me, right? And then like for everybody else, man, just take it with a grain of salt. Oh, hey, check this out. Listen, so I seen something actually last night, right? I seen Miss Berguzia, she had these new TikTok videos up, right? Very satanic, right? So if that's what she gets down with, that's not her. I got no qualms with that, that's whatever, right? But I want to point something out from a traditional perspective, right? See, in order to be a satanic individual, right, you have to have some knowledge, understanding, and belief in the Christian God. You know what I'm saying? So you stand here and you talk about how much you hate colonizers and Christians and all this other stuff, right? But you ain't coming from a traditional point of perspective. You're coming from the polar opposite of that religion. So that already means that you're trying to occupy a space of negativity and aggression. That's not traditional. You guys look up to her so much for what? Because she's got a big mouth? She's not traditional. She could talk about these sweats. She could talk about these little pieces of information that she's gleaned through these different videos, YouTubes, and fucking posts on Facebook and stuff like that. But she can't. There's no way she could substitute it with experience. She can't talk from experience. Start asking her questions about closed ceremony in her DMs and see how quiet she gets, or see how quick she comes up with an excuse to not speak on it. You know what I mean? Listen, Once again, man, just I love you guys. I do. And I want you guys to like love each other. Legitimately. Hate me. I don't give a fuck if you hate me or not, man. It shit don't bother me at all because I love you. You know what I'm saying? But love each other. That's what I want to see, man. Support each other. Call the bullshit out, man. If they want to run their fucking mouth, I got your back. I got a big motherfucking mouth. Call me out. I got your back. That ass, right? But love each other. Anyway, man, you guys have a good day, man. I hope you guys got some, some positivity out of this shit. Yeah, we're talking about me as they go, Jaden, whatever. Let me read some of these comments before I bounce out real quick. Let me see here. So the live viewer comment, uh, hey, what up? Are you live? I am live. 3 p.m. they go live. Am I live? Yo, agreed. Hello. Hey, no sense in going around circles about shit. They knew my dog was good, bro. What's up, homie? Hey, brothers. What did I miss? Not a whole lot. I love you too. What up? What up, Red Wolf? I'm not familiar with you, my dude, but mad respect to you for popping in and offering support. Y'all need to be on. Hey, listen, man, let's not talk about that macaroni cheese deal because I tell you what, man, the fucking commodity cheeses, I used to fuck them up. Isn't my kids and he loves you anyway. It can be very triggering to see our struggles turned into a trend. That actually, you know what? While I got you guys out here, let me talk a little bit more about that because I have discussed that before. And it's our issues being a trend. Our issues are not a trend. I think I talked about it actually, but I want to reiterate this shit, man. Listen, our issues are not a trend. Our issues are not a trend, man. If you can't talk about our issues with bringing resolution to it, then what is there to talk about? You're turning it into entertainment. You're doing it so that you can get those, you know, interactions and shit on your fucking phone. Where's my fucking phone at? So you could just be here like this all day looking like a fucking zombie, right? Like, oh, look at this is what I'm doing, everybody. You know what I mean? No, listen, if you want to bring resolution, you get an Indian country. You know what I'm saying? You get out there, you get in there with them natives and you figure it out. You pull each other together. That's the only way that we're going to fight any of this stuff. Any of this colonialism, the capitalism, the Christianity, dude, the oppression, all of this stuff that we have to face as Native Americans on a daily basis. The only way that we get over stuff like this is by coming together as a united people, right? We expel the refuse from around us, like the people that are holding us back. You know what I'm saying? If you can't support us in the true fashion that you are, if you are a white man, be a motherfucking white man. Fool, I don't give a fuck. I got white friends. You know what I'm saying? If you're there to talk about our issues as a white man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Dude, mad respect, right? But when you pop in talking about your native, right? Mr. Kilpatrick, come on now, right? Talking about your native and that you suffered and your ancestors suffered and stuff like that, then what you do is you make a mockery of my people, you make a mockery of my ancestors, and you make a mockery of the trauma that my ancestors went through, all of these atrocities. Like, think about some of the atrocities, right? You make a mockery of that once again, white man. You know what I mean? Your ancestors didn't do nothing but come over here and oppress my people. Real talk, quiet as it's kept, nigga. Man, I'm about to jump off here, dude. I'm getting mad, bro. Listen, man, I'll talk to y'all later.